If this video feels a little bit like it's all over the place, it's because I'm doing this super secret thing which is taking up all of my time. So this week's video is way more on the fly and way less scripted than usual, so yeah. So it's all filmed on the fly. Still funny. Still funny. So this week's video is a 4K camera from Reolink. 4K? Why 4K Wi-Fi? Yeah, I'm going to use a lot of old jokes. I'm not doing a lot of scripting. So, 4K is really, really unusual in a wireless camera. And I used to feature Reolink cameras all the time, and then for whatever reason we didn't talk for a while. And then the other week they were like, hello. And I was like, hello? Yeah, let's do some stuff again, especially because you've got this unreal camera. Check this out. Thanks to Reolink for sponsoring today's video and for sending me their Argus PT Ultra Smart 4K 8-megapixel pan and tilt camera with spotlights. This thing is revolutionary in several ways. First of all, it's a wireless camera that does 4K. Second of all, it does both 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi and 5 GHz Wi-Fi, which is also fairly unusual. But probably more unusual is that it has not only person and pet detection, but also vehicle detection, which I'm not sure I've ever seen before. It has super bright spotlights, but most bizarrely of all is the fact that it does all of this using the power of the sun. If you want it to be, this is an entirely subscription-free camera with up to 128 gig SD card slot capacity. But it does also have the option for cloud storage too at a preposterously low £3.49 per month for up to 5 cameras. Hello, Paul from the future. I've just started using this camera a little bit more and realised that when you go to sign up, you can actually get 7-day cloud storage entirely for free. So it'll actually record 7 days worth of stuff and then overwrite the earliest stuff, and that doesn't cost you a penny, which is insane. Literally insane. If I could make my head explode now, I would. I mean, I could in editing, but I haven't got a lot of time, so I'm going to. Imagine it though. I mean, imagine my head exploding right now. That'd be really funny, wouldn't it? To put this into context, Ring equivalent subscription fee is £3.49 for one camera. And we all know what their footage looks like. Can't tell if that's me or Chaz from Tony Hart's Take Heart art program. Anyway, the Argus PT Ultra has all the usual features you'd expect from a top-end camera, including two-way audio, so you can speak to your burglars. Hello. But also customizable sirens and spotlights to warn off intruders automatically.
Get out of my garden, you slag!
Yes, thank you. I'll have that. Without further ado, here is me unboxing it entirely on the fly. Reolink. Do not accept if seal is broken. Go with that. Ooh. Aerial? Huh. Oh, it's weighty. That's always a very good sign. A 4K wireless camera? What? That never happens. Let's get that plugged in. The physical setup is the usual affair of sticking the antenna in its rear and then plugging in the solar panel, which, nothing sexual about that at all.
Oh, yeah.
No! Hello! Yes, YouTube! Yeah, he's at it again! This week, he's making the same jokes as always because he seems to be doing it on the fly, something that's clearly a euphemism, doing it, and he's... The first thing I noted when I opened the Reolink app up was that I didn't have to sign up for an account. Huh. There's no sign up. Just add a camera. Huh. And this is bizarre. I don't think I've ever seen that, and this cannot be understated. If you're the tinfoil hat type, this is the camera for you, because you don't have to sign up to the cloud when you install the camera. You can just immediately add it to the app and start using it, which is amazing. Like all cameras nowadays, she doesn't seem to be able to stop communicating with you in sexy, dulcet tones. And now in several languages too.
Welcome to Reolink. Please install the Reolink app and scan the QR code on the camera.
Why are all these cameras so sexy?
Bitte
Oh.
Reolink-App installieren und den QR-Code auf der Kamera scannen.
Was that about an airport?
Bienvenue à Reolink.
Stop it! Stop it! And the setup process is as simple as scanning a QR code on the camera, entering your Wi-Fi details, and then scanning the QR code on your phone with the camera, and you're done. The first thing I noticed after setup was how good the PTZ functionality is. Not only does it spin almost 360 degrees, it also has a really good tilt function too. It goes all the way over, so it's almost facing you again if you've got it backwards. Holy crap. Wow. Flip his head almost all the way over. The next function is something I have seen on one other camera, and that is that you can set preset locations. So I could set 1, the alleyway, and 2, the garden, and switch between the two using handy shortcuts, which is something I really like. Aside from that, you can also set a default position for the camera that it will return to automatically after a period of inactivity, and you can choose what that period of inactivity is. Aside from that, you can press a button to manually trigger an audible alarm, or press a button to manually trigger the siren, or a customized tone that you have created yourself, which makes me sneeze for some reason. And now I shall let Paul from the past take you through the remainder of the settings entirely on the fly. You've got detection alarms, and the detection alarm you can set detection zones for people specifically, or you can set it for vehicles specifically, or pets specifically. So this is honestly, that's the best I've seen of any camera ever. You've got that kind of level of malleability. That really is impressive. You've got the same things, I think, for camera recordings. You can schedule, and you can schedule, oh my god, so clever. I did see this a second ago, and I've only just realised what it means. So detection type, person, vehicle, pet, or others by schedule. So you can say, I only want to detect people between, let's get rid of those. I only want to detect people between the hours of 6 till 6, and I want you to copy that to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but not have it on Saturday and Sunday. Push notifications on. Allow critical alerts so it comes up on the iPhone regardless of whether it's muted. That's a bit clever. And again, a whole schedule for push notifications too. So you've got scheduled recording, scheduled notifications, email alerts. You could set up email alerts, which I'm guessing could also be scheduled, and a siren. Can that be scheduled? Oh, really? You thought of everything. You geniuses. Custom sounds. Oh, hello. Get out of my garden, you slag!
Get out of my garden, you slag! Get out of my garden.
Don't do it again.
Get out of my
Stop! It's because it can see me. Stop. Oh no! How do I make it stop? Great, so you can schedule it for that as too. So you got a schedule for your sirens, your notifications, and your motion detection. Everything is schedulable independently. This is the best setup I think I've ever seen of any camera. That is clever. I've seen faster notifications, but I've also seen slower notifications too. The burglar actually gets notified before you do that he's been seen, which is fun. A little sneak around my garden and see how long it takes for the notification to come through. Camera's just over there. Yeah. And there's a notification. And the image quality is second to none. This is probably the most valuable aspect of this camera, and when you think about it, it's the most valuable aspect of any camera. So this, again, cannot be understated. This is probably the best resolution I have seen on any camera so far. But most importantly, I can actually adjust the brightness settings for daytime viewing and still leave the camera on auto for nighttime, which is just another amazing example of how customizable this camera is. I've adjusted the settings slightly for the daytime to make it brighter because I couldn't actually see my face initially. It's really cool that you can do that at all, but the fact that you can do that just for daytime and have different settings for nighttime is just... I've never seen any other camera do that. The results, when compared against my previous champion, the Eufy 2K cam, show even more detail. It's still a pretty close call, but when you compare it to the Ring Spotlight cam, the difference is night and day. The spotlight on this thing really shines. You thought you weren't going to get any jokes, that's, I mean, it's as good as it gets. But I have to say, the spotlight on this thing is on a par with both the Eufy Solo Cam S40 and the Ring Spotlight Cam, which again is a big deal because they are my current champions. They both are kind of on equal footing, and this thing sits perfectly alongside both of them. And finally, the reaction speed of the camera looks like this. So this camera does work with Amazon Alexa and Google Home, but it is slow. Really slow. Definitely seen faster connections. Oh. Oh. Oh dear. I've reached out to Reolink to ask why this might be the case, and I'm hoping they're going to tell me a firmware update will resolve it, or potentially it might even be my problem. I don't have this issue with other cameras, but I've googled around and I'm not seeing other people saying they're having this problem too. So I shall let you know what Reolink say in the description for this video. Please don't take it to heart that I'm experiencing this problem, because you might not. Updates in the description. Go check down there. I can't find a way of arming and disarming the camera system using anything other than their app. At first, I couldn't even see how to do that from the main page, but it is doable. I mean, the button was right there. So to clarify that, you can't use your voice via Amazon Alexa, you can't use routines to arm and disarm the cameras, and the cameras don't work with Home Assistant or Apple HomeKit, and there is no OnVIF support. If you're looking for third-party integrations, it's as simple as you can view the screen on an Amazon Alexa or Google Home device. That's as far as the third-party integration goes. To sum up then, this camera has possibly the best footage I have seen of any camera I have tested. At 4K resolution, this thing is an absolute beast. It's also easily the most malleable camera in my collection for notifications, and is probably the most accurate human detection I have tried. Throughout my testing, I didn't get a single false alert from the trees wafting in front of it, and this was on a very windy day. The human detection is absolutely awesome, and that can't be understated. The spotlight and solar panel are both absolutely brilliant, and its pan and tilt functionality is as good as it gets. As a pure Wi-Fi camera, this is one of the best on the market. I think that notification speeds could be a tad faster, and I do think that reaction times could be quicker too. But as a pure security camera, this thing is absolutely brilliant and one of the best out there. If you want one, as usual, there are links in the description as to where you can pick one up. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, it was brought to you by these people. They're my patrons from Patreon, and without them, I'd be working in a call center. If you want to be one of those incredible people, you can do that at either Patreon or buy me a one-off beer at PayPal, and either way, I'll genuinely love you forever. These are my Facebooks and my X's and my Instagrams and my TikToks too. Come and hang out there and can be best friends. See you next time.